Hello and welcome, fellow Overwatch players. Overwatch is a wonderful game. It has so many possibilities and it has so much room to grow. And I love this game. I am currently level 107 or Prestige 1, level 7. And this game has done so many good things. I have gained so many friends because of it. And it's really fun, and that's why I love this game. I want to be able to share this game and things about with the gaming and non-gaming community. I think that this game it's really cool. It's cool, and I want to share about it through our channel. I say our because it's two people, hence the name Overwatch Bros. To me and my best friend Nathan. I'm Jacob, by the way. And we have created this channel to help grow the Overwatch community and grow your understanding about the game. Now that I say that, I am going to talk to you about some things that are going on in the game. Patch notes. If you don't know what a patch note is, a patch is where a game has an update because something is not working. Either a character is overpowered, or underpowered, there's a bug in the game, so if you do a certain thing, things will glitch, and that's obviously not okay. Sorry. And so that's what a patch is when they update things like that. Or add new things into the game. So I'll show you a patch note right here. So these patch notes are for the latest patch, which will come out soon. These are currently in the PTR. They're supposed to come on June 20th. It's currently June 16th as of making this. Possibly not the day of upload, I'm not sure. So there is a new assault map coming out, Horizon Lunar Colony. And you can read the description, and the reason it says ape alike, human and ape alike, is because if you know a little bit of backstory about Overwatch, a character or hero in the game is named Winston. He's an ape. He is a scientist, and he is very smart, obviously, to be on the Overwatch team and be able to talk. And so the Horizon Lunar Colony is a colony on the moon, and it's full of scientists that were doing studies on ape and ape-like creatures that are, sorry if you could hear that, and they're trying to do studies and trying to make them smarter and see what they can do to make these apes more like humans. So they have created a new assault map, meaning that the offense has to capture 2 points, one at a time, and if they are able to, they get 2 points in competitive, and then the defense switches so that they are the offense, and the offense turns into defense, and then the offense has to recapture those 2 points. And this map, as you can see in the custom games and game browser, will have anti-gravity on parts of the map. The reason they didn't do it on all the map is because they did not want the game to feel, or the map to not feel competitive, because you can't really be too serious when you're flying around and stuff all the time. So that's why it's only going to be on parts of the map and outside of the map on the edges, which is really cool. And in the custom games, you're going to be able to have anti-player gravity and projectile gravity, which will be pretty interesting. The knockback magnitude has now been modified on any weapons or abilities, because the knockback is obviously going to be a lot greater. So I'm guessing that if you get booped by Lucio, you're going to go a little bit farther. And jump height can now be modified, which is really cool. And split right in the middle of there is the Oni, Genji, and Officer Diva skin have been added to classic loot boxes. If you don't know what these are, they were from an event through Heroes of the Storm, which is another Blizzard game, the makers of Overwatch, and Heroes of the Storm had this event, and if you played it in Overwatch, you'd be able to get a skin. And I did it with the only Genji skin, and I didn't really like Heroes of the Storm, so I did not want to complete it with the Officer Diva. Luckily, they are being added to the classic loot boxes, but that sucks because I did work very hard getting the Oni Genji skin, and now that doesn't feel as important because the only reason that I did it now was just to get skin a couple months earlier than people are now. Next up, we have some McCree buffs. These are only on his ultimate. Now, his Deadeye ultimate, or like people like to call it High Noon, has some buffs. Now, targets are able to be locked on after 0.2 seconds instead of 0.8. So if you don't know what his ultimate ability does, is he clicks it, he screams High Noon, starts glowing like Rudolph's nose, and he starts locking on, and the longer he locks on, the more damage his revolver charges up to, and if he shoots, then he will deal that damage to everyone very quickly and hopefully kill them. But it's really hard because they will know that you're yelling High Noon, and they'll be able to get behind cover or shoot you because you're glowing and very obvious. So targets now begin locking on quicker, and damage accumulated is up by 60 in the first second, which is a ton. And although I never play McCree, and when I do, it's usually on 3v3, and so I'm not able to get the ultimate, I haven't really played with it, but I'm guessing that McCree mains are gonna be super delighted about this, that their High Noon will finally be high. McCree's ultimate can deal a lot of damage if it has a lot of time to build up, but it was often too difficult to get even a small amount of damage out before being stopped or killed. These changes make it more flexible and powerful. That's the developer comments. These are most of the character changes because people like to know why they're doing this, and so the developers put out this little comment. Reaper also has a buff. Now his passive is changed. It's called the Reaping, and he used to, when players on the enemy team died, he'd be able to pick up their orbs, their souls, and it would heal him. Now, instead of having that, he now gains 20% of all damage done, meaning that he has a higher chance of winning in a team fight because he used to not get the health till after he won it, but now he's getting the health as it goes, which is great because it'll help those team fights, because if he can pull off a shot that does 100 damage, he gains 20, which is really good because one soldier shot does about 20 damage. So if you can hit off a 100 health shot on a soldier, one bullet that the soldier sent to him is now healed up, which is great. And Reaper's old healing passive was useful if you could kill a bunch of enemies in a row, but since enemies need to be dead for it to work, like I said, it wasn't very helpful unless the situation was already in your favor. His new passive lets him get immediate benefit from it, I also said that, especially when fighting tank heroes, which tend to be larger targets that deal lower damage, meaning that firefight, he has a higher chance of winning now, which is great because Reaper is a close combat player. He is very, not good from a distance, and so you need to be real close, like I've said multiple times, but if you are close, the enemy also is closer to you, meaning that they can get off shots a lot easier if you were fighting a character that depends more on accuracy. If you're fighting a Roadhog or a Reinhardt, accuracy doesn't matter as much. But now that this is a new buff, I think that he'll be able to do a lot better. Next buff nerf is to Roadhog. His head hitbox size is reduced by 20%, which is a pretty big buff because snipers like Widow, who gain a huge benefit from headshots, is now going to have a hard time taking out Roadhog. Now, he is a big character anyway, so hitting him probably won't be hard, especially with a Widow main, but that is still a very good buff. His scrap gun, his bullet damage is decreased by a third. This is a really bad nerf because he is now not doing as much damage. His fire rate is increased, which is very good. I have seen, although 30% doesn't sound like a lot, I have seen videos of the PTR, and it is a very big difference. Now, I'm on Xbox One, so I'm not able to play the PTR, sadly, but if I did, I'd show you a clip, and it's really, really cool. His clip size is also increased from 4 to 5, which is awesome. 4 is not very good. This will now help him take out players a lot easier, helping him win the firefights because he won't have to reload mid-fight. Yeah, good thing is that his range did not get decreased, because if it was, it would be a lot harder to hit those one-shot hooks. Now it already is because bullet damage is decreased, but it's okay that his range was not decreased of his gun. Roadhog's head was abnormally large compared to similar sized characters, so we're reducing its size to increase his survivability. The scrap gun changes reduce the power of his hook combo and alternate fire burst damage potential while still keeping his DPS roughly the same, which is pretty good. To finish it up, I have some more things that you can see. You can read this all. Best thing is the new all modes option that's been added to the career profile, and the all competitive seasons is really cool also. I really like this because of I do really good in 3v3s and elimination game modes in the arcade, and sometimes I wish that was shown, because say I play a 3v3 match and I get all 9 kills of the whole game. I want that to be shown on my thing and now to be added up in my all modes. Now, the way that this could possibly, if you want to know how much hours this guy, or not this guy, a person has, or not hours, but killed, and they have thousands of thousands, and you believe that, it may not be true because they may have gone into a custom game and had someone just boost them and boost their stats so it would look like they did. If you really want to, look at their all competitive seasons, because you can't boost in competitive. So yeah, so I hope you guys liked. I'll show you the rest of this here. And I think that Overwatch is a really, really cool game, and I want to share it with you on this channel. If you don't play it, or if you do play it, I want to share information about this game. And that's what me and Nathan are here to do, is fill you in about this game. And hopefully you guys will play it more often, and I hope I'll see you guys in-game. Peace out.